Hi there and welcome to my Monday Live. My name is Paula Reid and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator going by the name of Yellow Bear Stamping. Tonight I'm going to share a card using the Joseph's Coat technique, which is a really fun one. And so we will switch down to my desktop. Let me know when you are joining and leave a comment and we can chat. Right, I'll just refresh my screen. Right, so we have the new catalogue, which is now going to be a May to August, and then September to December, and January to April, rather than having the original main annual catalogue and then a holiday Christmas catalogue and then one at the beginning of the new year. So it's all a little bit different for all of us. But I'm really excited about this new catalogue. It's got some lovely things in it, and one of the sets, one of the bundles, we will use tonight for our project. I can't show you the inside of it just yet, but as of tomorrow, this will be live. So if you haven't got a copy, leave me a comment and I'll get one sent out to you. Right. So the bundle that I'm going to be using tonight is called the Exciting Times bundle, and it's got 2 images and then these 5 sentiments, and it pairs with this punch. I think it is called a rectangle punch. So I think this is going to be, I'll try and not get the, no, you don't really need to see me. This is going to be a really great shape for sentiments. It also coordinates with this stamp here, and you can also cut out the center of that. So let's get going. Now you have to excuse the messy paper here because it's going to get even more messy by the end of this. So I'm going to start with a piece of basic white that is 10 by 14.3 centimeters, and I am going to be using Poppy Parade, Daffodil Delight and Azure Afternoon. So I'm going to start with the Azure Afternoon and a blending brush. So this, you can use whatever colour or colours that you want with this technique, and it looks a little bit messy to start with, but the finished product is well worth that bit of messiness. So what we're going to do, and I hope that this doesn't bump and jump too much for you, so I'm just going to just go round and then I'll do another bit of blue there, and we might leave that and come back to that one. Then go with the Daffodil Delight. Now I've got a mix of big and little brushes. I actually prefer the smaller brushes. I find that just get a better, it's easier to apply with it being in the smaller, especially when you're wanting to kind of get in little bits. So we'll just try and not put my arm right on the camera. So I hope everybody's been having a good couple of weeks with this beautiful weather that we have at the moment. I had a whole lot of meetings last week in the city, and it was just beautiful down by the waterfront, and had some overseas guests. It was the perfect week to showcase Auckland. Right, and then we're just going to add in some poppy parade. So I've sort of gone with some bright colours, and so I did say that it does look a bit sort of messy, but it's the way that it's meant to be for this portion of it. And then I'm just going to go and do some more blue, and I'll do some more yellow there. Okay, so that is Joseph's coat, multicoloured. I'm just going to shut my inks so we don't get that. Now, the next thing that you want to do is with your, you're going to be using clear embossing powder, and you want to use your embossing buddy and just give that a rub over before you stamp, so that the powder heats only where you're wanting to stamp it. So got my Versamark, and I'm using this big image here. And so then we're just going to ink that up. Actually, I might just, because I want to go off the edge, just pop that in under there. And because it's Versamark, you can't see where you've been, and so I can oh yes, you can just sort of see a bit of the shimmer, so you kind of work out, then I want to overlap that one, and you just sort of keep doing that. And I'm going to change the orientation of the stamp so that it's actually got some bits joined, crossed over. Now, see, I've got another one there. A little bit there. And can I see my image? I think it goes there. So we'll go that way. And then need to do some down in this corner here. So we'll do that one there. And that one there. I think that should Yep, that will do. And then what I'm going to do is that you want to use clear embossing powder, and I'm just going to very carefully take my lid off because I don't really want it going everywhere. Okay. And then you're just going to hold that and just pour more than you need on, and then it's just going to, so you can sort of see the white. I'll just turn that around. So you want to coat it with a good amount of the embossing powder. And so you can sort of see where I've gone all over. And then you just want to just flick the excess back into your container. And now then I will go and heat emboss this, but with the magic of, just get this little bit that I have already put, there we go. So I have actually already done one of these because the heat tool makes quite a bit of noise, and I decided that we'd sit by the magic of earlier today. So you can see it's nice and sparkly here, so you can sort of see where I've done it. So that was my one from earlier. Now this is the fun bit. So what I did was that I got a craft ink pad which comes uninked, and I put Memento ink in it so that I had a big pad. Then what you want to do is just drag and I'm hoping this is going to work. So you just cover it all. You could do it with a brayer or a blending brush. But this is how, a little bit slow. And that's why you want that it's gonna get a bit messy. Now I may have got a bit. This is also why you want to do the embossing buddy over the top before you put the embossing powder. So I just leave that for a few minutes. And to bring over. So we just leave that a little bit, and then what you're going to do is you're going to wipe off the black ink. So the ink doesn't stick to where the embossed bit is, and so then it brings out the colour through. Might just need to do. So I may not have heated it enough there. But there we go. It's that bit. There we go, that'll do. And so the colour that, you know, it's messy, but when you have it, when it's done all the black, it looks really cool. Maybe I might try and fix that bit up. Let's just see if we can get... There we go, like that. And so your colour comes through, and I mean, like, that looks pretty cool with the, right, we might just turn this paper inside, because I don't really want that on the desk. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now you could do it with Secret Sea, Early Espresso. You just need a colour that is dark. And so then I thought either that we would do it on the blue of the Azure Afternoon or the yellow. So what do we think? Daffodil Delight or Azure Afternoon? So leave me a comment and let me know which colour card base do you think we should go with for this. So it's either the Azure Afternoon or Daffodil Delight. So this stamp here that I've used, if you stamp it, you can just fussy cut, like it's really easy, straight straight sides, and then just do the little corner bit, and then you can use that as your sentiment. And if you don't want it quite so big, then you can use this stamp with the sentiment in the middle and then just punch it out. So this is one that I had on my desk that was with a black heat embossed that. So I think I'm going to use that. And let's have a look and see which colour shall we do. I think I might do it with the yellow, because I think I might like that. So we're going to pop this on here. A bit messy on the back, but that's okay because it's going to get stuck down. So let's pop that on there like that. Oh gosh, look at me. A bit coloured with the ink. And then I've got the Daffodil Delight. I am going to stamp Happy Birthday to You, and that goes in the centre. And we'll put it up on dimensionals. I'd had a play with it, hadn't quite come out, so we did it again on the other side. And then what I'm going to do is pop that in there. There we go. And I've got, these are Darling Duckling, but they'll be fine for yeah, it's close enough to yellow of the Daffodil Delight. So I'll just pop that on. Black. And we'll pop another one up in here. So there we go. And there is our card. It's a little bit not quite right down there, but that's okay. So I also just wanted to show with this big stamp, and I'll heat emboss the other one and later, and then I might try and do it with Secret Sea. So if I just pop that there, and I'm just going to turn around and use the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with the largest of the nested essentials, these sort of rectangularly shaped, and you can pop that onto there and die cut that out. So oh, thanks Kylie. Yeah, it's a good technique. So I'll just quickly die cut that to show you that a little bit close. So this here is so this die actually is a great way to cut out this stamp if you're wanting to keep it as a big bit. So you've got either the big with the die cut, or you could just fussy cut that out yourself. So that's how this set actually also coordinates with the nested essentials. And then this is the sort of other one, and that we just stamp that. And then pop that in through from the bottom and line it up with even border. Oops. Yeah. Punch that out. And that can also then go inside that, and you can layer with dimensionals and just to get a different effect with that. So this is the exciting times bundle, and so there it is. Different way of just interlocking but using your different colours for the Joseph's coat technique. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will finish off the other card and pop that one up. Thanks for joining. Bye.